Check, check, check. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young Flash Live. You know how I do it, man. Out of nowhere. Just had to jump in, man. I got a nice window of time. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I got a window of time, and I definitely want to take advantage of this, man. And talk some boxing. You know how it is, man. We got a great fight this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Scheduled. Neri versus Figueroa. It's going to be some great stuff, man. And I got some things to talk about generally before we do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to heat the mic up. Definitely, man. And I hope, and like I said, I got a nice window of time, and I just want to chop up the sport of boxing, man. Chop up some stuff. I hope everyone's doing great today. It's January, February, March, April. Sometimes I even forget the month, man. I got to count it. It's May 13th. So hope you guys are having a great day. You know, hope you're having a great week so far. You know, Renee Box Young is simply a platform, to discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed fashion, definitely, man. And I appreciate each and every one of you, man. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, welcome to Renee Box Young, man. Thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, tuning into the lives, as I always say, right? Tuning into the live sessions, you know what I'm saying? Chopping it up with me in the Flash Lives, as this one right now, Flash Live out of nowhere, tuning into the premieres in real time, collaborating with me in the real time, videos that I premiere, and definitely, man, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to talk about some things before we get to, my final thoughts on the fight that's going to go down this weekend, man. I think it's like one of the main focuses as far as this weekend. Maybe there are other fights out there I just don't recall, right? But my main focus on this weekend, at least on Saturday, is Neri versus Figueroa. It's going to be some great stuff, man. So like I said, man, I hope you guys are doing safe. I hope you guys are all, healthy and well, and let's get it, man. And like I said, I want to talk about some other things generally. Hey. My brother's keeper, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing great. I appreciate you, bro. I thank you so much for your support. You constantly jump in the comment sections of the videos and stuff like that, my lives and stuff, man. I really appreciate you and the community in general, man. So I hope we get some good boxing matches soon, King. I mean, the cool thing about it, though, my brother's keeper, I mean, like I said, man, this Saturday, it's going to be nice, really good. As a matter of fact, Neri versus Figueroa, that's going to be a war, bro. That's definitely, and that's why that's one of the reasons why I want to go live today. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And I want to talk about some general news, you know what I'm saying? Before I get to that matchup, with Neri versus Figueroa, that's going to be an explosive fight, bro. Definitely going to be an explosive fight. So, I'm excited about that one. That's my focal point this Saturday, man. Neri versus Figueroa. So, it is what it is. And I want to get my final thoughts later on in this session. Like I said, I got a window of time and definitely want to chop up the sport of boxing and some current developments, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it, man. Let's get it. So first I want to talk about this stuff is going to heat up, okay? It's going to heat up regarding, Canelo and Caleb Plant. Okay, it's going to heat up. I mean, from now to September, whenever they're going to fight, whenever they're going to fight, I don't know the exact fight date, whatever, right? Probably going to be on September 18th because of the, Mexican holiday, September 16th down here, in Mexico. Typically, Canelo fights on the Mexican holidays, generally speaking, Mexican holidays. So I'm assuming, I don't know if it's really like official or whatever, right? But Canelo has that plan September to fight Caleb Plant for the undisputed, right? Let me get here real quick. I appreciate you as well. And yes, that's a great match. I'm hoping boxing. You know what? My brother's keeper, this is a thing, though. This is the thing. You know what? I don't think you been tuning into the channel since I've been saying this. I've been saying this since last year. Let me get to that, what my brother keeper's saying, just to clarify. What I've been saying since last year around, when boxing came back after the quarantine and all this crazy stuff of COVID, when it came back, Top Rank, if I'm not mistaken, was the first, platform to start launching boxing again, events in the bubble or what have you, right? With no crowd, whatever. And, I was saying at that time, the fights weren't really that good. You know what I'm saying? They weren't the best. But I was saying that we're going to start seeing better matchups towards the end of the year. And that's exactly what was happening. We had some great matches, great fights towards the end of 2020 in the last quarter. I think that this year, and I've been saying that I'm optimistic, man. I'm optimistic that the tables are going to turn when it comes to great matchups. And another thing here is this. This is another thing that's very important, my brother's keeper, concerning what you're saying and concerning what I've been saying. And I'm just reiterating it because I don't think you've been tuning. You're a new subscriber and stuff like that. So it's great. I appreciate you. And I've been saying this, that it just depends like where our focus is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's focus is in, just for an example, and this is something I want to talk about today anyway. So just for example, this reporter's name is, I don't even know I forgot his name, whatever. Main, whatever you want to call it, mainstream, whatever, main media. I don't know what the heck the terms they use, but some well-known reporter out there is pushing something like Canelo and Triple G trilogy. I've been pushing videos for a long time that there's no freaking point in a Canelo and Triple G trilogy. I don't want to see that, man. We know who's going to win. Triple G is almost pushing 40 freaking years old, man. What's the point in that fight? There's no point in that, okay? And they're trying to push, it seems like, Canelo versus Triple G trilogy around when Caleb Plant and Canelo goes down, because we all know that Canelo's plan is to fight 4 times. He wants to squeeze a 4th fight in this year, okay? If that's the case, it seems like people are trying to push that Triple G Canelo trilogy thing. What I'm saying is this. It just depends where our focal point is when it comes to boxing community concerning the sport of boxing. A lot of people, not a lot, or I don't know the percentage or the statistics. I think that's a pie in the sky fight, and who cares about that fight? Another one is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. People have been talking about this for more than a year, man, and you see, and it's a big deception or I don't know what to call it, distraction from great fights that are really going down. We have had nice fights, man, in the last half of 2020, and I feel we're going to see great fights this year, and we've been seeing it. And my point in saying this, the tables are slowly turning. We're seeing good fights. There are great fights out there. It just depends where our focus is. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, at the same time, there are out there that we desire to see that aren't going down. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there are great fights out there that have been going down, great wars, great competitive matchups. And I tend to focus more on those fights, on those fighters also. You see, on those fighters also. L-Dub's in the building, man, and we're going to talk about what L-Dub, my guy's been sending me in a moment. Heck yeah, and that's going to serve to warm up the mic. That's what I'm talking about. L-Dub, man, y'all subscribe to L-Dub. I'm sure you are. I'm sure everybody here is. The platform and the community that jumps into the live sessions and stuff like that support this channel. I'm sure that they're all subscribed to L-Dub, but y'all go subscribe. If there is anybody who's not subscribed to L-Dub, man, my guy always shooting me information, and we're going to get to a little bit of that information in a moment. Oh, yeah. Hey, L-Dub, thanks so much for jumping in, man. ASAP Sam, what's good? Hey, yeah, man. Family's jumping in. If Canelo fights Triple G again, then it will be to send Triple G into, and that's, we know Triple G wants the check. Everybody wants the Canelo check. Now, this is another topic I want to talk about. And this is all connecting to what I wanted to say to warm up the mic before I get to my final thoughts between Nery and Figueroa, that matchup, okay? So everybody wants the Canelo check, man. I understand, Demetrius Andrade, pulling up on Canelo saying, let's fight. But we got to understand, man, fighters out there also got to understand. Plant is on the radar for Canelo for undisputed at 168. Charlo, I understand, man. I understand his heart. I understand his intention. Charlo coming out of nowhere now, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll drop my fight, Montiel, to fight Canelo. We know that's not going to happen. I don't see any traction gained by Charlo calling out Canelo right now and saying, I'll drop it, I'll fight him now, I'll fight him next. It's like, it's not going to happen, man. What's the point? I mean, I understand you're trying to call him out and stuff like that, but it's not going to happen. Let's just be realistic. It's not going to happen, okay? And the purpose of Triple G wanting to fight Canelo, it's for that nice check, and it's for him to retire and get the heck out of boxing. Just, you know what I'm saying? So, but me personally, as a boxing fan, man, Triple G and Canelo trilogy, just who cares? I think Canelo's going to knock out Triple G, man. If this happens, please just knock this guy out and get him out of retire. You know, get him out of boxing, man. You know, I wish the best for Triple G and his health, but you're pushing 40, bro. You know, people that don't see that the obvious, it's like, what are you seeing then? You know what I'm saying? What are you seeing in Triple G? I made a video recently talking about, man, Triple G's intentions and his route is not even, it's not even, you know, these top name fighters at 160. He ain't going to fight Charlo. He ain't going to fight Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Even though Charlo recently expressed a desire, he wants to fight Triple G. It's like, why, dude? If you fight him, yeah, I know he has a belt, whatever the heck belt he has. I can care less what belt Triple G has right now. But Triple G's desire, I made a video about it, man. It's to fight this Murata, whatever his name is. And I think it's a shame that dude has a belt. What belt does this Murata guy have? Murata, however you pronounce it, all due respect, this Japanese fighter, what belt does that dude have? Or what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not going to reach the top-notch fighters at 160. You know what I'm saying? These guys, and Triple G knows it. He's not going to fight Andre. He's not going to fight Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, he's pushing 40, man. I don't see Triple G, what I'm trying to say here is I don't see Triple G accomplishing greatness anymore, okay? I mean, I think he's at the end of his career. It's just time to go, man. I've been pushing videos about that, explaining it, breaking it down. If anybody can't see Triple G towards his end now, I mean, he's been towards the end. I don't know. It's just. So this is why I say, what's the point in a Triple G and freaking Canelo trilogy, man? I mean, these mainstream media, I guess they call them nowadays, whatever, reporters trying to push that and bring hype to that. Who cares about that fight? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? DP Rocket, what's good, fam? Hey, what's good, man? That's you right there in the photo. You're pushing weights, bro. Hey, you're straight up fit, bro. That's awesome stuff right there. Keep the grind up. You know what I'm saying? Keep the grind up. That's awesome. You staying fit, bro. My brother's keeper says, Renee, do you see a knockout this weekend? We're going to get to that. Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to get to that, man. Stay tuned on that, bro. Definitely. So I just want to warm up the mic a little bit, you know what I'm saying, concerning that. So you got now. This is what I'm saying here. Caleb Plant versus Canelo, okay? It's going to heat up, you know what I'm saying, in media, this fight. Caleb Plant, you know, he's already doing the interviews, pushing the interviews. Caleb Plant saying that, you know, it's disrespectful to compare him with Billy Joe Saunders, right? That it's disrespectful and concerning, you know, the styles and stuff like that to compare him with Billy Joe Saunders. He says that, you know, Caleb Plant is saying that, you know, he has more power, what have you, the IQ, you know what I'm saying, the athletic ability, that Caleb Plant is better than Billy Joe Saunders. You know, that's all true, though, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You know, Caleb Plant, he definitely has those tools in his arsenal. But I'm going to definitely stick to my guns and what I've been saying, man. And a lot of community also says the same thing because we see what we see. I definitely, you know, respect Caleb Plant's heart because he has the heart. I have speculated if Caleb Plant will pull out of the fight between now and September, you know, to fight Canelo. I don't think he'll pull out the fight, but, you know, that's in my mind. So many things can happen between now and, you know what I'm saying? So many things can happen between now and September. It would be great if the fight goes down. Most likely it is going to go down. Caleb, like I said, Canelo has Caleb Plant on the radar for that undisputed gig. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I think is going to happen. I pushed a video on it and I've been saying this for a while. Whether we like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, whether we like it or not, it seems like Canelo is going to go across the pond and fight more of these UK fighters. You know, considering what that is, you know, Caleb Plant recently said, you know, amongst these interviews he's pushing now, that Canelo's been fighting. He's been fighting these UK level guys, and that's cool. And then he says, but as far as Canelo fighting the top, Floyd Mayweather, Lara, Gennady Golovkin, at the point when Canelo fought Gennady Golovkin, I personally think, in my humble opinion, when Canelo fought Gennady Golovkin, when he fought Triple G, he was already going over the hill. I'm not saying he was completely. I'm not saying he was at the point he is now, like Triple G is now. He's way out of his prime now. But at the time that Canelo fought him, you know what I'm saying? In my humble opinion, this is just my humble opinion, Golovkin was already going over the hill. But anyway, whatever. Plant is saying that when he fought, you know, Mayweather, Lara, Golovkin twice, he was 1-3. You know, he looked human in some of these bigger fights. That's what Caleb Plant is saying. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. And it seems like, you know, when you go back, go to Canelo's recent fights. How many of them have been UK fighters? It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. So I personally feel, man, after he fights Caleb Plant, it's going to go back again to these UK fighters, man. And it's possibly going to be across the pond now. It's most likely, I humbly think it's going to be across the pond. And my guy L-Dub, man, like I'm saying, he's shooting me information. And I made a video about this confirming what I've been saying also, that it's possibly going to be against Chris Eubank Jr. across the pond, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fight Benavidez. I want to see Canelo fight freaking, you know what I'm saying, Charlo. Andrade, I think he'll smash him. But I think that Charlo has a bigger probability in really giving that work to Canelo. I think that Benavidez has a bigger probability of giving that work to Canelo. But let's just be realistic here. This is why I'm not pushing videos right now, as of late at least, about, you know, Jamal Charlo calling out Canelo. What's the purpose, bro? Everybody and their mama knows, man, that Canelo wants to fight Plant next. That's his objective. It doesn't matter what Charlo says. It doesn't matter if he says, yeah, I'll drop my Montiel fight. I'll fight you next. Like, it's not going to happen, bro. Just not going to happen. All right. It's just not. It's okay. Look at the chat, man. It's awesome stuff right here, man. ASAP Sam. Renee, Caleb Plant wants more than the 8 million Saunders got, but I read Plant only got 750,000 his last fight. Yeah, I mean, I read that recently too, man. You know, information comes out, it just shoots out so frequently, so commonly. You know, I just saw this moments ago, as a matter of fact, before I went live. You know what I'm saying? Just check out my feed, browsing around or what have you, doing other things, multitasking as I usually do. And like I said, I got a nice window of time, so I had to go live, man. So flash live, you know what it is, man. So I read that, bro, that Caleb Plant, thank you for so much for sharing that, bro, that Caleb Plant got around that, whatever, 750,000, sorry, against Truax. And I didn't know that he's asking more than 8 million. I didn't know that. You see, I know it's about negotiation. But this is exactly why I said a moment ago, man. We're not too sure, man. We're not too sure Caleb Plant and Canelo is going to go down in September. We're not too sure about that. You know what I'm saying? And I personally think, I repeat, man, I know Caleb Plant has the skills, blah, blah, blah. We know that. But I don't think it's gonna give him the victory, man, against Canelo. I mean, for crying out loud, he's a huge underdog right now. And I think a lot has to do with Caleb Plant being an underdog right now. It's because of what we see. I mean, in the ring, it's not, you know what I'm saying? In my humble opinion, at least with me, it's not a biased thing. And y'all know how I do it on my platform. It's what I see in the ring, man, how these guys fight. And Caleb Plant's last performance against Truax, I don't think it's not gonna measure up to beating Canelo. And also when you see the activity, you know what I'm saying, between fights, how active Canelo is right now, even though it's against, you know, under par fighters or whatever, right? I know that's debatable, whatever. But freaking Canelo is super active. I just pushed a video, man. Just this week, I pushed a video about how Zab Judah gave the props to Floyd Mayweather because of his work ethic. And Canelo's work ethic is off the charts, man. I know he's a debatable fighter. I know he's a controversial, whatever. Right. Putting all that aside, Canelo's work ethic, man, is off the charts, man. And as a matter of fact, Caleb Plant, amongst these interviews that he's pushing, right, he said that he's very disciplined. And I get it, man. Caleb Plant is disciplined. He stays in shape. And I understand why Caleb Plant said that it's disrespectful to compare him with Billy Joe Saunders. Because, you know, Caleb Plant, his discipline is way more, you know, when you talk about levels of discipline, it's way more than Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders slacks off a lot between fights. He gains weight. I pushed a video about that. I pushed a video on that recently, you know, before Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant fought. I'm sorry, mixing all these freaking names, man. Before Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo fought, it was a while before that. I pushed a video how I started doubting. Billy Joe Saunders' real discipline and if he's really serious about this Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Caleb Plant on that. I agree. However, Canelo's work ethic, man, we got to respect it. And I go back to what I was saying about the video I pushed this week, that Zab Judah gave Mayweather the props. And in that video, I talked about, in this era, in the now of fighters out there, these are the names, okay? And there are more, I know, whatever. But the ones that I think of right now off the top of my head is Jerome Ennis. When it comes to work ethic, off the charts. I think we can consider Bud Crawford, and I want to talk about him in a moment. His work ethic is off the charts. Why? Because recently, I mean, if somebody doesn't know Bud Crawford by now, when it comes to the real boxing community, then I guess we can, because casual fans, they really don't really know who Bud Crawford is. Let's just be realistic. You know what I'm saying? But those who really know, boxing and fighters out there, that really follow the sport of boxing, they know who Bud Crawford is. We know who Bud Crawford is. And we know that his work ethic is quite disciplined, man. He has a very disciplined, rigid, work ethic regimen. Recently, just for proof, I guess we could say whatever, right? Shakur Stevenson came out on social media, having a picture with him next to Bud Crawford, and Shakur explaining that he went to see Bud Crawford spar, whatever, and then he ended up sparring him. And the point is here, what I'm trying to say is Shakur Stevenson expressed that Bud Crawford sparred like 17 rounds in that session, in that workout session or in that training session. So Bud Crawford is definitely considered having an intense work ethic, okay? He's considered that, okay? And I know, ladies and gentlemen, it's controversial. Like I said, I explained it in that video. I'm putting controversy aside. I'm focusing on the work ethic. So Jerome Ennis has that work ethic. Bud Crawford has that work ethic. Canelo has that work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson has that work ethic. There are other names out there that I can't think of. Devin Haney, he has that work ethic. You got a handful of fighters, that really have that work ethic, that are constantly training and that are really living that disciplined life between fights. Caleb Plant, I think to a certain degree, I'm sure he does have a nice work ethic, But when you weigh it out in the balance, you compare him and Canelo, I humbly think that Canelo's levels above Caleb Plant, man. I mean, I think that Caleb Plant is going to give a competitive fight if they fight. It's all if right now. You know what I'm saying? Like what ASAP Sam's saying right here. I understand it's negotiation. I know Caleb Plant is going to shoot for the stars for that check. But let's hope, man. Let's hope that this is not a reason for the fight not to go down. Because if Caleb Plant, for one reason or another, whatever the heck it may be, because he's already talking, hey, I want more than 8 million. I want more than 8 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope negotiations work out very well. But right now, it's quite premature to say that the fight's not going to go down because Caleb Plant wants more than 8 million. You know what I'm saying? It's quite premature. They're going to be negotiating. Hopefully it's going to go down. I have high hopes. I'm optimistic that this fight's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? Definitely optimistic. So even though he got 750, that's a good point, man. So we'll see. But this is what I'm trying to say is that after Caleb Plant, man, I think that whether we like it or not, whatever, right? I think that Canelo's going to go over to the UK, man, fight more of these UK fighters. And like I said, it's not a coincidence that he's fighting a handful of fighters in his recent 5-6 fights, that they've been fighters across the pond, man, from across the pond, whether Russian or whether European, UK, whatever you want to say, right? Whatever they're coming from, it's all across the pond. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that's going to happen. And why do I say all this? Why am I saying all this? I know Andrade, he's looking for the Canelo fight. In his case, I think it's too little too late in general for his freaking career, just in his career, for these top names. I know Charlo's coming out recently saying, I'll drop my fight. And we know he's going to fight Montiel, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay, warm-up fight. We know the story there. But I don't see too much of a point in Charlo calling out Canelo right now. I don't see too much of a point of Charlo calling out Canelo right now. What's the point, bro? He's at 168. He's going for Caleb Plant. That's the deal. Charlo, I understand. What I want to see. I love it. Check this out. If I'm not mistaken, Demetrius Andrade came out recently and he said he's going to go to Charlo's fight and he's going to show up, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. Let's forget. You see, that's what I'm talking about. You see, I try to be more realistic, man. I try not to focus on this pie in the sky fantasy stuff. Pie in the sky. Let's be realistic, man. Pie in the sky for now. Fantasy is Charlo versus Canelo. Let's just forget it, man. Let's just forget that, okay? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Most likely this year, it's not gonna happen. All right. I mean, let's just be realistic. Let's face the facts. But hey, the next best thing is something more realistic. What is it? Demetrius Andrade recently came out saying, I'm going to go to the Charlo fight and I'm going to show up like I did to Canelo. Hey, man. That sounds great, doesn't it? Hey, hats off to Andrade. And I gave credit to Andrade, man. I pushed a video on that. Also, I'm pushing constant content, family. Tune in, man. Put the notification bell on so you know when I'm premiering my videos, and push the content, man. Demetrius Andrade, I gave him his props and showing up to Canelo's post-fight press conference after Billy Joe Saunders. But we know the realistic thing here, man. We know that Canelo's not going to fight Andrade. I mean, we know the story there. So I definitely give credit. I definitely give credit to Andrade showing up to Canelo's post-fight press. That's what fighters should do if you really want to fight someone. Forget all this Twitter nonsense, this Twitter finger stuff. I get it to a certain degree that you're going to use Twitter and social media, whatever platforms are out there nowadays, Twitch or whatever, Instagram, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You're going to use it, but some fighters go too far with this Twitter finger stuff, this freaking Twitter war stuff. If you're about it, go face them. Go find them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give props to Andrade, but we also got to be realistic here. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, he's not going to fight Andrade, man. Canelo's like, get out of my way, dude. Get out of my face, Andrade. I got Plant. I'm going for undisputed, man. So just get out of my face with that. Miss me with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking realistically. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking realistically. So I was, hey, big megastar, what's going on, family? Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Hey, remember that. Take the girls to Dairy Queen, fam. Take the girls to Dairy Queen. You know what I'm talking about. Take them to Dairy Queen. Have them try that Reese's Pieces Blizzard. They're going to love it. They're going to love that stuff, man. I'm talking about, man. Family Saloon. Hey. Money in the Ghetto. What's going on, fam? I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Hopefully money won't be an issue, bro. And I think it won't be. Because, they're going to negotiate. It's quite premature. Like I said a moment ago, it's quite premature right now to say that, Plant's going to pull out because of the money. Yeah, they got till September. They'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? They'll work it out. It's going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? ASAP. I just think Plant can't hurt Canelo. And Canelo, let me put the music up, man. I hope the music is good enough with the volume, right? Just let me know if the music's too loud, let me know, all right? Okay. So I just think Plant can't hurt Canelo, and Canelo is going to get him out of there. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what's going to happen most likely, man. All due respect to Plant, though, I think that Plant is going to give some work to Canelo. I mean, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to see. We want to see Canelo put to the test. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Canelo put to the test. And that's why boxing community has been screaming out Canelo Charlo, Canelo Benavidez, Canelo Andrade. But when we look at it from a realistic point of view, it's going to be Canelo Plant. And I think Plant is going to give him some work. Yes, he will. He's going to give him some nice work. But I agree, ASAP Sam. I think that Canelo is going to get Plant out of there. He's going to get Plant out of there. He also the fragile hands, man. Plant's fragile hands. It's not. Plant talked about it recently in an interview, whatever. That he has the power. That he has the power because he was comparing himself to Billy Joe Saunders, saying that it was disrespectful how community and boxing fans or whatever are comparing him to Billy Joe Saunders, and he mentioned power. Being realistic, family, I don't think Plant has the power to really, keep Canelo off him, man. I mean, it is what it is. And I feel the same, except Sam. I feel the same. I think Canelo's going to do great the first 6 rounds, 7 rounds maybe. But, Canelo's going to put in that work, man. He's going to put in that pressure. And same old thing. We know the story on how Canelo breaks down his opponents. I don't think Plant's going to be any different, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. It definitely is what it is. Hey, Jamil Allen, a.k.a. That's what I'm talking about. Jamil Allen. What's going on, fam? Jelly Bean, 4280. What's going on, family? Hey, represent, fam. 4280. What's going on? What does 4280 mean? Is it a zip code or something like that? Hey, I appreciate you, fam. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. You guys are family jumping in the building. I really appreciate it. Man, hey, what's going on? Big Lake Show. Families in the building. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely, man. This is a legacy fight for Canelo. Canelo won't let money be an issue. Another great broadcast. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. It's all love, man. You guys make it great. You guys make it great too. You know what I'm saying? Your comments, we talk about it. We chop it up. Definitely, man. DP Rocka, okay, before we get to what DP Rocka is saying here, I gotta say this. Okay, well, okay, wait. Let me so that's true Money in the Ghetto. Good point, bro. Good point. Canelo wants that undisputed at 168. Nothing's gonna stop him at that. So the only thing that's gonna stop Canelo is Plant pulling out. That's kind of how I see it. Whatever freaking reason it may be, let's hope that Canelo does. I'm sorry. Let's hope that Plant doesn't get injured. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this happened before. This has happened before, and many aren't really talking about this. I don't hear it mentioned. As it is, I really don't have too much time to go on these other platforms and tune in. I do, and I always support, but I'm just freaking busy, man. But that's why I did this flash live right now, because I got a nice window of time and I got to jump in here and talk boxing. You know what I'm talking about. But it's happened before, guys, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens. It's happened before. Plant got injured in his hand some time ago. Remember when he was going to fight Ustakati? When the first original fight, the first originally date or whatever you want to call it, right? Planned fight that was scheduled to fight Ustakati, he pulled out because of his hand. He had surgery and they postponed that fight. Thankfully, he went back and fought Ustakati, gave him that work. Plant doing that great work that he does. I love Plant. I love his skills. I love watching him box. However, I wasn't too impressed by Truex. And in the Truex fight, ladies and gentlemen, he got hurt again in his hand. He hurt his hand. You all think that I don't know, man. It's just a lot of I just don't. It all balances out to in the scales that Canelo is going to take Plant. You know what I'm saying? He's going to beat him. And the question in my mind is, will Plant get hurt between now and the fight and training, where he'll have to postpone it? You know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? Who knows? And that's the fact, Money in the Ghetto. That's the fact. The question isn't here that if Canelo will not make the fight. It's more like if Plant, you know what I'm saying? You're right, Money in the Ghetto, because Canelo wants that undisputed. Nothing's going to stop him for that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going to stop him. Unless Canelo pulls out and puts that belt vacant or whatever they call it, right? And then he's going to have to, and then Canelo fights some other Joe Blow to get that belt easy work. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. Now, according to what DP Rock is saying, man, and later on, like I said in this live, I'm going to talk about Neri versus Figueroa, but I'm warming up the mic. General boxing news. You know what it is, man. Definitely. DP Rocka, I got to address this, man. This is good stuff. Thank you so much, DP Rocka, for posting this. And I see family jumping in the building. You guys are awesome. So Ward versus Alvarez. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen. This is just my humble opinion. Please opinionate. Please opinionate. A lot of people, come on now. Oh my gosh. A lot of people have been talking Andre Ward versus Alvarez. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pie in the sky, man. Alvarez ain't gonna fight no freaking Andre Ward. And if he does, I'm almost positive it's not gonna happen, right? If he does, though, he will take advantage. Canelo Alvarez will take advantage to fight Ward if he even considers fighting Andre Ward. But it's one of two things. You know what I'm saying? It's this. Like I said a moment ago, Canelo, he's going to focus more on this UK stuff. He wants to be a global star. He wants to fight, more across the pond. And he wants to be a global star. That's his objective since 2019, since a long time ago. Okay? And I pushed the video about that, explaining it. That's one reason that he's not going to fight Ward or Charlo or Benavidez, and much less Andre. And a lot of community wants to see Andre Ward versus Canelo, but I'm almost positive that's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. One, because what I just said a moment ago, seems like Canelo, he's going to fight more of these UK guys. And it's not a coincidence. I've been saying it. Past 6 freaking fights, most of them been from across the pond. Okay? It's not a coincidence. That's one reason he's most likely not going to fight Ward. Another reason, I think that this fight won't happen, not necessarily because Canelo won't want to fight him, but because, guys, Andre Ward, he's retired, man. I mean, he's been out of the ring for a long time. When was Andre Ward's last fight, man? When was it? Can somebody look it up? Please put it down there. Please put it in the chat. When was Andre Ward's last fight? He's retired, man. He's retired. It's not going to happen. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, where this is coming from. A lot of communities talking about it. And I don't, you know, I get it though. Stylistically speaking, yes, he would give Alvarez that work, man. But ladies and gentlemen, Andre Ward, I don't think his desire is even to return to the sport of boxing. If it is, it's going to be like what all these other guys are doing that are coming back after being retired, fighting these YouTuber guys, fighting these freaking MMA guys, you know what I'm saying, just to make a bag, just to go to Triller, just to do whatever this exhibition, whatever the heck you want to call it, just to make the money. What did just an example, man. I know Andre Ward's not old. I mean, he's not really old, but Holyfield, dude, Evander Holyfield just came out saying, I'll fight Jake Paul for the right price. It's like, dude, come on, man. Just stop it, man. Just stop it. Holyfield, stop, man. I mean, I love you, bro, but geez, Louise. I'll fight Jake Paul for the right price. It's like, man, you see, that's the only reason I see Andre Ward coming back to remotely box or do something. And, you know, I don't know who's pushing that idea, but I know a lot of communities been talking about that. And when I refer to community, I refer just to boxing fans, just boxing fans in general. I'm not saying this community, that community, no, just boxing fans in general. Ward versus Alvarez. This is exactly why I don't push these videos, man. I don't push that content. I don't push it because this is just my humble opinion. That's all, you know what I'm saying? Ward, he's not going to come back from retirement to fight Canelo, man. No way, man. No way. And if he did, if Alvarez were to accept an Andre Ward fight next year, it's because Alvarez knows, Canelo knows Ward is weak because he's coming back from a long time without fighting. I mean, it's as simple as that, man. It's as simple as that. And being realistic here, you know what I'm saying? Canelo, that's why he fought Kovalev. Let's just be realistic. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be realistic. Canelo, why did he choose Kovalev to fight Kovalev when he moved up to 175? I mean, it's because, I mean, Kovalev's out of his freaking, he's not in his prime anymore. It was easier than expected. It wasn't Kovalev prime. That's why he went up to 175 and chose him. And if he were to remotely consider fighting Ward, it would be because of this. Oh, he's been retired for a while. He's not going to be in his A game. He's not going to be in his prime. Ward's not in his prime. Yeah, I'll fight him. That's fine. I'll fight him. But you know what I'm saying? I just, that's what I think he would fight him for. But that's not going to happen. And I don't know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I understand the community wants to see it because of Ward's style, but it's not going to happen, man. You see what I'm saying? Ward, he's retired, man. He's not. And if he were to come back to fight Alvarez, he would have to do a warm-up fight, whatever they call it, tune-up fight. And I just don't think it, man. I don't think it, bro. I don't think that would happen, man. I just highly doubt it. Highly. My basketball and football. Oh, that's cool. Cool, man. Basketball, football. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You play, what do you play, college? You play in college, bro? Awesome stuff, fam. That's awesome, bro. Ogden Knight, hey. We're going to be doing a show sooner or later, Lord willing, me and Ogden Knight, man. He's a former pro fighter. He fought pro. He had a little career there, a short career. Great experiences that he shared with us. I went live with him a while ago. We did a session. He talked about, he posted a video on his one of his fights, one of his pro bouts on his channel. Definitely, man. So check out Ogden Knight, man. My guy right there, man. And I love what he was talking about recently. He went live and started chatting. You know what I'm saying? His channel is dedicated to gaming. And I like watching games, I like video games, and I like watching gaming streams, and I go to his channel constantly. And he talked about one of his live streams about fighters missing weight. I loved it. So sooner or later, we're going to have Ogden Knight soon on the channel again to talk about his pro experience perspective on boxing. I love it, man. Hey, Briscoe is my guy. Always jumping in the family, man. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, OG. Thanks for jumping in. My Burst Keeper says, Renee, do you think Canelo would walk Plant down? Great, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, bro, man. It's all love, man. You guys are awesome. Like I said, man, I think Plant will give Canelo the work, man. He'll be frustrating to a certain degree, But he'll be frustrating to a certain degree, but it's not going to be enough for Canelo, man. It's not going to be enough for Canelo. And Canelo, yeah, to a certain, I think in the round 7, from round 7 to 8, he's just going to start walking him down, beating him down, hurting him, bruising his face. Plant's going to start bleeding in the face, and then he's going to work the body. It's possible it'll go 12 rounds, though. There's a big possibility it will go 12 rounds. By that time, it's a big possibility, too, around the end of the fight, that Plant's going to hurt his hand or something, man. And possible knockout, but I see it going 12 rounds, man. I kind of do see it 12 rounds. And y'all know the story there with the going to the decision, right? But I just don't think Plant will really rack up too many. I don't think he'll win too many rounds, man. I mean, yeah. So I kind of answer your question, dude. I kind of do see him walking him. I kind of do see Canelo walking Plant down. You know what I'm saying? I do. Hey, Ack Reacher family, what's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in the building, man. What's going on, bro? What's going on to the judge, man? Sooner or later, I also have Ack on the channel too, man. The reason why it's difficult for me to get guests on the panel, you know what I'm saying, family, community on the panel, is because I do these flash lives, man. I just go out of nowhere and just do spontaneous flash lives, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know it's kind of hard for me to do that, but I know he's available in the weekend, so sooner or later we'll get him on, definitely. 2017. What are you referring to there, bro? 2017 exactly? I think it's when you're talking about Andre Ward and oh, yeah. DP Rocker's talking about the last time Demetrius Andre fought. I'm sorry, Demetrius Andre. What the heck am I talking about? Andre Ward. You see? 18, 19, 20, 4 years, man. You see what I'm saying? That's just, I don't know, man. I know community wants to see Andre Ward come back for Canelo, but that's a big disadvantage. Man, in my humble opinion, that's a disadvantage, man. That's it. That's the disadvantage right there, man. Andre Ward coming back. Okay, if he were to fight him in 2022, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 5 years out the ring, man. Nah, dude, that's just you see what I'm trying to say? You see my point? I understand community's been crying out for that, but no way, man. No way. Just way out, you know, out the ring way too long, man. Man. Briscoe says here, this would only happen in the age of social media. Years ago, they could say it and nobody would hear or care. Yeah, I mean, yeah. When it comes to, that's what I'm saying, Briscoes. When it comes to pie in the sky fights, you know what I'm saying? People try hyping it up and talking about it because it's social media. And anybody can push something out and make it big when it's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? And make it big when, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I have never pushed any videos on talking about, or even talked about on my live streams about Andre Ward or Canelo, or I have a little bit concerning Charlo and Canelo because it seemed, past tense, more tangible, but now it's just pie in the sky, man. And I get it. Like I said, I reiterate what I was talking about earlier. I get it, him coming out, Charlo right after Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, I'll fight you now. I'll fight you next. Charlo, just there's no point in you saying this, bro. I understand you want to fight him, but there's no point, bro, because Canelo has an undisputed issue going on. At 168 and you're at 160, just forget it, bro. You're not going to interrupt Canelo's plans. Let's just be realistic. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to happen. So, and I know Andre, I give him his props though, because that's what fighters should do. Show up, show out, pull up on the fighter. Don't use your little, forget the Twitter finger stuff, man. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it. I've been tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I give props to Andrade for what he did. But also, realistically speaking, Andrade, you're not going to get the freaking Canelo fight because 168, Canelo's doing his deal undisputed. So let's just, you know what I'm saying? So you're right, Briscoes. You're facts, bro. You're facts. Jamil Allen, a.k.a. answer my question earlier on his basketball and football number there, 4280. I played both in high school and I played football in college. Oh, cool. Before I dropped out, my mom had a stroke. Oh my gosh, dude. I had to work 2 jobs. Oh my gosh, dude. Hey, I hope your mom's doing good right now, bro. I hope your mom's doing better. So you had to leave, the sports and just dedicate to grind. Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. You're an inspiration, man. People like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you went to work and had to provide for mom. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Provide for you and your loved ones, man. That's what I'm talking about. Grind. Do what you got to do, man, to provide for the family. Hey, that's awesome, bro. And hats off to you, bro. It's awesome stuff. And I hope your mom's great, bro. I hope your mom's good right now. You know, prayers up to her. And I'm sure that happened a while ago, right? So, but yeah, prayers up to you and your mom, your family, bro. So, okay, so now I understand more, you know, the 4280 stuff. Okay, cool. Shouts out to you, my guy. Renee, I agree with you. But resume-wise, to become an all-time great, Canelo and Ward, yeah, bro, but nah, dude, nah. I just, you know, and I say it in a humble fashion. You know how it is with me. I'm not going to say, you're an idiot and you're crazy. You know, I don't do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Heck no. You guys are family. You know, y'all are my family. You know what I'm saying? But resume-wise, bro, it's not going to happen, man. I mean, resume-wise, I understand it, bro, but why? I mean, this is the question. Why would Andre Ward come back and fight Canelo? There's no point, bro. I mean, and it's just not the time. It's not. Maybe. Okay, so DP Rocket said here, you know, he clarified it to me. Andre Ward's last fight was back in 2017. Maybe back in 2018, if Andre Ward said, hey, 1 year after retirement, hey, I'll fight Canelo. Bring it, Canelo. Come on. And if you started to aggressively seek it, then I would say, hey, this is good stuff right here. You know, but right now, bro, you know what I'm saying? Right now, almost, you know, 4 years later, it's like, nah, I don't see a point in that fight, bro. And you know what would happen, Money in the Ghetto? You know what would happen, bro? This is, I mean, Canelo wouldn't even get credit for it anyway. He wouldn't get much credit for it, bro. Why? Because you know the story, bro. You know why, fam. You know why. What would they say to Canelo? Oh, yeah, typical Canelo, taking advantage of these, you know, retired old fighters. And, you know, it would be, he wouldn't get credit for it, fam. He would not, bro. Because let's just be realistic, family. Let's be realistic. And I've criticized Canelo for the same thing, bro. Because it's true. It's facts. You know what I'm saying? Fighting the old, you know what I'm saying? Cotto fighting the old, Mosley fighting the old, Kovalev fighting the old. You know, he's been criticized about it. So this would just add to more of Canelo being criticized for what he does. You see, when we look at it in that fashion, in a more global fashion, you know, Canelo wouldn't get credit for that. And I feel, man, I know it might sound weird or whatever. I feel Canelo would beat Ward, man, at the point because of the context of the situation, man. Being out the ring like 5 years, if they were to, theoretically speaking, if they were to fight in 2022, sorry. Nah, man, it's just Ward. He's not going to be as sharp. He's not going to be as sharp, man, being out the ring for 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because what's the story? Every time fighters are every time fighters, and this is about 99% of the time, Spence is an exception. Errol Spence is an exception. He's an exception because he's a rare breed. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know the story why. He had a big freaking layoff. And obviously because of the car accident. He came back and looked freaking A-game, man. He looked A-game. Performance against Danny Garcia. You know, that's an exception. There's an exception right there. But for the rest of these fighters, 99% of these freaking fighters, man, with their 1 year layoffs, with their 1.5 year layoffs, what do they say all the time? You know, ring rust, I'm getting back, I'm getting back, you know, Harrison. I mean, this is a couple names out. This is just a couple names. Andy Ruiz, Harrison, Caleb Plant. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Those are just recent quick examples off the top of the head. Andy Ruiz, you know, Caleb Plant, Tony Harrison. They all gave freaking mediocre performances because of their layoffs. Imagine Andre Ward, 5 years, and then coming to fight Canelo. Nah, dude. I know Andre Ward, he's freaking talented, he's special, but man, let's just be realistic. That's how I'm trying to be here. You know, Andre Ward's a freaking amazing. He's a legendary. He's legend. I'm not debating nothing with that. His skills, awesome. Talent, wow. You know what I'm saying? But there would be ring rust because all these fighters out there, the ring rust, and y'all been out for a year and 5 years, man. I just even with resume, bro. And Canelo he wouldn't get credit for that fight, man. he wouldn't get credit for that fight. Yeah, you're just choosing a Ward. You're just choosing Andre Ward because, you know, he was out the ring for 5 years and now he's coming back. Yeah, Canelo, you're doing the same old thing you always do. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say? I understand resume-wise, but when we see it, you know what I'm saying, in that aspect, I just, you know, I don't see a point. I don't see a point in a Canelo Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Canelo lost his big pay-per-view fight. Ward never had a huge, yeah. I mean, for them, yeah, I understand the money and stuff, but bro, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I understand community trying to push Andre Ward and Canelo, but that's just, bro, that's just, yeah, Bruce, Andre, even that, you know, how old is Andre Ward? Somebody look it up, please. Let's just, you know, how old is he, man? I don't even know how old this guy is. I don't. What did he retire at? How old is he? I haven't even looked that up, man. Please look it up, somebody. Yeah, he looks middle-aged. That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, it would just be another thing that they would criticize. I would say, bro, you're gonna fight Andre Ward, who's retired for 4 or 5 years. You know, he's not in his prime anymore, and you're just gonna do the same old thing you've been doing for several of these fighters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, DT, what's going on, family? Hey, family, jumping in the building. I appreciate you, family. Hey, Sylvester, what's going on, bro? Thank you so much for jumping up. And yeah, family's up in the house. Oh my gosh, deep prerogative. Oh my gosh. You see, that's just proving my point more and more, guys. Come on, it's just proving my point more and more. Oh, dude, Briscoe's also at. Thank you. Bruce, let me get to before I get to what I'm laughing about. I think even the staunch Canelo fans wouldn't take this fight. Yeah, man, it's no point. I understand, bro, but I don't understand where this is coming from. Andre Ward, Canelo, I don't understand. And I'm not blaming anybody for bringing that up here in the chat. No, but it's been said for a long time by a lot of community, by a lot of people out there. I just don't see a point in it. You know what I'm saying? 37 years old? I mean, nah, dude, nah. And then by next year, if they fight 38, nah, man, come on now. Out of the ring 5 years, fighting a 38, Andre Ward, 38-year-old. Nah, dude, no way, ladies and gentlemen. No way. No way, guys. Canelo would work him, man. He would work Andre Ward. He would work him. And I know people jumping in the building right now. I appreciate y'all. If y'all are jumping in just right now from what I just said, go to the playback and hear the context of why I'm saying this. Okay, I mean, yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we got the kind of Caleb Plant Canelo stuff out of the way. Okay. Check this out, man. I gotta cover this. Please, before I get to Figueroa versus Nery. Please, just bear with me. Okay. Now, hold on, fam. My computer's kind of lagging. Just wait a second. Computer lag in just a second. Hold on here. Let me get okay. Now, check this out, man. Check this out. I said this a minute ago. Thanks to my guy L-Dub, always shooting me the information. I made a video on this, man. Come on now. So I'm saying, man, y'all gotta get the notification bell up. Hit that. You know, y'all subscribe. If anybody's not subscribed, subscribe, man. I said this a minute ago, man, because thanks to my guy L-Dub, always shooting me the information. I talked about 3 possible opponents that are next for Bud Crawford. Okay, it was some dude. I can just, you know, all due respect, care less the name, but yeah, bro. But my guy. Okay, before I get to this, but come on, come on now, though. Yeah, Floyd, but Floyd was active, bro. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Ward has been out the ring for 4 years, man. Yeah, I understand it, bro. I understand, Jab. I understand what you're saying, but bro, come on now. Floyd was active, man. I don't think Andre Ward is in the ring, is in the training much, man. He probably is just to stay a little in shape, you know, hitting the bag here and there, but nah, bro. Let's just be realistic here, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be realistic. I mean, Andre Ward's skills are off the charts, bro, but you think he's been training constantly in his A game yeah. That's the only reason I'm saying it, bro. That's the only reason I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? You know, Floyd was active, bro. He was freaking, you know what I'm saying? He was just hitting these opponents left and right. Come on, who's next? Canelo, you're next. Come on here. Come on. Hard work. I love Floyd, man. So yeah, that's the only reason why, you know what I'm saying? If were to come back, bro, he would. I think Canelo would take him. He would. Yeah, I don't see too much of a competition in that matchup. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. I gotta cover this. So I was talking about some time ago, pushed a video on it or whatever, went live. I think I pushed a video though on it. Yeah, for Bud Crawford, it was Porter, which we all know that's not going to happen now because of what the heck the WBO did with switching up the rankings and stuff like that. You know that corrupt stuff that goes on there. You know the things they did, the strings they pulled for Bud's benefit, okay? And I say this with all due respect. I love Bud, whatever. But it was Porter that was a possible opponent. It's not going to happen anymore. And also Porter, man. When was the last time Porter fought? He just recently fought. When was the last time he fought? Was it against this Formella guy? Okay, when was that? When's the next time? Is Porter going to retire? What's going on with Porter? I love Porter, but you know when's he going to fight? What's going on? You see these layoffs? You see what I'm referring to with layoffs, man? I don't get it. Where's Tevin Farmer also? I mean, I don't want to get on that rant. Well, let's get back to what I'm saying. Okay, so Porter is not going to happen. Bud Crawford, I think we all know that. I think if Bud fights Porter next, awesome. But I think that's pie in the sky now. So another opponent that I talked about, some time ago that I pushed that video on about Bud's possible opponents is going to be Clayton. And some other guy I can care less to mention because I don't even think he's at 147. So whatever. So Clayton is a possible opponent for Bud Crawford. I didn't get into that hype with Bud Crawford, Pacquiao, and I didn't even make a video on that. I think, I don't follow. I try not to pay attention to that stuff because Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Who cares? Who cares about Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury? If it's not official, man, these guys are just going back and forth. I'm talking about the fighters. The stupid soap opera they're doing. Fury and Anthony Joshua, shut up, man. I try to be as respectful as possible, but sometimes enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, just shut your mouths, man. Just shut up, man. My gosh, these guys just playing freaking patty cake. It's just nonsense. Anyways, so Twitter, you go to social media. Custio Clayton, the guy who fought Lippietz, a few months ago, he's posting up in Twitter saying that he had a 10K run and that they won't deny him this year, 2021. It's his year, world title chase. It's a possibility, man. He's gonna fight Bud next, man. It's a possibility that it looks more possible that Clayton's gonna fight Bud Crawford next, man. I don't get it, but my gosh, if that's gonna happen, bro, ladies and gentlemen, I don't. I just wanted to mention that, okay? There's theory coming out that Clayton's possibly most likely gonna fight Bud next. Nothing's official, but yeah, he put hashtag world title chase and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But who knows, man? I don't get it. If Bud fights Clayton, man, I don't get it, man. Wow. Anyways, we had a great talking about Canelo, talking about some plant, you know what I'm saying? Talking about more tangible stuff. Hey, let me reiterate this before we get to the Nery and Figueroa. Let me reiterate this. And oh my gosh, I got to reiterate this. This is the next best thing, okay? This is the next best thing. Being realistic, okay? Andre Ward, what the heck? Demetrius Andrade said that he's gonna show up to Jermall Charlo's next fight, and he's gonna seek him out. You see, Demetrius Andrade, I've criticized him about his career, blah blah blah. But I'm giving him his props, man. If he shows up to Charlo's fight against this Montiel guy, whatever, When Charlo smashes this dude, even though media wants to hype up Montiel, oh, he's a hard hitter, he punches like no other. Yeah. But, all due respect to Montiel, but whatever, man. Whatever. When Charlo gets this guy out the way, if Andrade shows up to that, and pushes for the fight, ladies and gentlemen, this is the next best thing. This is the next best thing at 160, man. Demetrius Andrade versus Jamal Charlo. This is perfect, ladies and gentlemen. This is perfect. I don't know how many people are talking about this. This is worthy to talk about. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Kings and queens. This is worthy to talk about because Andrade, he's going to bring it to Charlo. He's going to say, hey, come on. I'm not saying like in the ring, right? But I'm saying that he's going to confront him. Demetrius Andrade better back up what he's saying. And I think he will because he's talking about it now. He's saying, I'm going to show up to the Charlo fight. I'm going to show up to Jamal Charlo versus Montiel. And I'm gonna push for that fight, like what he did with Canelo. Even though we know the story there with Canelo and Andrade, it's not gonna happen. But I respect for what Andrade did. I respect it, man. Going to the post fight. So Andrade, if I'm not mistaken, he's talking about going up to the post fight of Jamal Charlo and Montiel. He's gonna do the same as he did to Canelo. He's gonna do the same as he did to Canelo. Come on, let's fight. Let's fight. And this is perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Let's forget. I got to reiterate now I got to talk about this. Let's forget Charlo and Benavidez. That's also pie in the sky. And that's been pie in the sky for a minute. Ever since Charlo came out and said what he said. You know the story. I don't got to go back there. But that's pie in the sky. Let's just forget that. Let's forget Charlo and Canelo. Okay? That's not going to happen. Okay? Most likely, at least. This is the next best thing, though, man. Come on now. This is the next best thing. Jamal Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. That is better. Yes. Because if I'm not mistaken, Charlo came out recently also talking in an interview. If I'm not mistaken, it's on the Custer interview. He said that his goal is Triple G. And who could care about Triple G? But you know what I'm saying. All due respect. But I just explained it earlier, and I've been talking about that on my platform. Why? Concerning Triple G. Okay, but y'all know the story there. Sorry about the sirens, ambulance, whatever. But this is, if I'm not mistaken, in his list of fighters that he wants to fight, I think Andrade's there because Andrade has a belt too. Ladies and gentlemen, this would be great. Because realistically speaking, after Charlo beats Montiel, okay, the more realistic thing here is Charlo and Andrade. Andrade just fought this Liam guy, whatever, all due respect, whatever, okay? He just got through that fight. So Andrade is waiting for another fight. So by the time, Charlo's going to fight this Montiel guy, this is perfect timing. Perfect timing, man. Let's see. And just remember what I'm saying here. Let's see how Charlo reacts. Let's see how Charlo reacts when Andrade pulls up. You see, that's how fair I am. I've criticized Andrade, yes. I've criticized him about his career, yes. About his opponents, yes. But now it's time to applaud Andrade. And now it's time to say, Andrade, back up your words, bro. Stop this Twitter stuff. No Twitter finger stuff. You pull up like you said you were. You pull up to Charlo in the Charlo Montiel fight as you did in the Canelo fight. Heck yeah. Pull up and tell him what's up. What's good. Bring it. Next fight. Let's get it. Hey. This is worth talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see how Charlo reacts. This is what I want to see next. Ladies and gentlemen. For Charlo, and for Andrade. This is what I want to see next. Because all those other fights are pie in the sky. Forget Canelo for these guys. Forget it. I mean, I know there's speculation about also, Andrade move up and fight Benavidez to make a point. That would be cool too. But I would like to see for now, for the next fight, okay, Charlo, after he gets Montiel out the way, no disrespect to Montiel, but I think we know what's going to happen there. Charlo versus Andrade. Why am I saying this? And why do I want to push for this as a fan? Because Andrade said out of his own mouth. He said, I'm gonna go to Charlo's post-fight press conference as I did to Canelo. I'm gonna call him out. That's what I want to see next. Please, Charlo, don't come with I can't wait to see how Charlo reacts, man. I cannot wait to see how Charlo reacts. Bring the smoke, Lion. Come on now. This would be great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what's up? What's going on, Robert? Hey, what's going on, fam? Thanks so much for jumping in, bro. I need to rest you up. I'm not sure if you're rested up, but I'll get you in the next one, okay? When I have the platform to do it. I'm in a different platform right now, so hey, thanks so much, Robert. Let me see what Robert's saying. Man, Andrade may have to do something drastic and be a people's champ fight, like, bro. And that's the sad thing. Andrade's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing to criticize about Andrade, man. He's not going to do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would be great, but I just don't know. And I said this before, man. I think that Andrade's just going to have one big fight, and that's it. I think that he's just going to have one big fight in his career, and that's over with him, man. That's the sad thing about it, you know. But hey, he might as well go for the gusto because he's towards the end, and I feel he's desperate. I feel him pulling up to Canelo, post-fight press, whatever, and him saying that he's going to pull up to Charlo. He's desperate right now, man. He feels he's at the end, man. He has to do something in his freaking career, you know, because a lot of people don't even know he has a belt, man. A lot of the community don't even know who the heck Demetrius Andrade is. Speaking real, you know what I'm saying? Speaking real, they don't know who the heck Demetrius Andrade is, man. And he's trying to make that noise right now, and he feels that desperation, man. It is what it is. I mean, you're right, Robert Brown. He has to freaking start fighting and stop this freaking, you know, getting overweight between fights. And because that's what he did in the last fight, before the last fight. That's why he gassed out against this Liam guy. Liam Williams, Liam Smith, whatever the heck his name is. All due respect. You know, I get confused with these Liams and the Callums. I don't know, whatever. But, you know, respect to them, but whatever. But, you know, Demetrius Andrade has to get his freaking, you know, head in the game, man. You got to do something. You're right, Robert Brown. You're definitely right. 4 times a year, man. 4 or 5. Next fight, go fight Charlo. Then after that, go for Benavidez. Then after that, you know, make that work, man. Put in that work, man. Put in that work, baby. Get to working. Or fight Benavidez, or even more, skip 168 and go to. I don't think he'll do that, bro. I highly doubt that. I mean, that would be nice, but yeah, bro. I mean, good idea, great idea. I just doubt. You know what I'm saying? I doubt he'll do that. You know, I doubt he'll do that. But you know, the next best thing for Andrade to do right now is to step up to Charlo in that post fight, man, and get it on. You know, call him out. And let's see how Charlo reacts. You know, Charlo, don't back off from that smoke. Definitely, man. I want to see it. Now, heck yeah, man. I love it. I love going live, man. Hey, so now, Neri versus Brandon Figueroa, man. We got to talk about this for a little bit. We got to talk about this, man. You see? You know, I'm not one of those. You know, I cannot focus too much on fights that are not happening. Or, ladies and gentlemen, we got Neri versus Figueroa Saturday night, man. This is great. The styles, this matchup serves for war, and it's sad. And I got to repeat it. And that's why I take time to talk about this, because it's worth talking about. It's sad how boxing community focuses more on freaking Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury gossip and soap opera. Focuses more on freaking Teofimo versus a possible, you know, Tank Davis soap opera. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Why am I going to talk about it? It's sad to see that, you know, the list goes on and on. Okay. But we got a great fight before us. Saturday night, Neri Figueroa. This serves for a war because their styles. Neri is not the type of guy to back down. He's going to go forward. He's a forward fighter, man. However, there has been change in his game. This is beautiful about Neri. He has changed his game up. And you know what he reminds me of? Neri. He reminds me of how, when we talk about improvement and progress, Oscar Valdez. I've talked about it in the lead up to Oscar Valdez and Burchell before they fought in the lead up to that fight, I talked about how Shakur Stevenson, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Shakur Stevenson, Shakur Stevenson, what the heck am I saying? Oscar Valdez, he had Eddie Reynoso as his coach for a while. And he's been changing up his game plan in his fights. He's been changing up his style in his fights, being more patient. We see the same thing with Nery. Nery, when he fought the last guy, his name was Amada or something like that, Alamada or something like that. We can see Nery is more patient now because in that fight, if I remember correctly, that's his first fight and training camp that he had under Eddie Reynoso. Okay? I don't hear people talking about this. This is really important to talk about, okay? Because this serves for my final thoughts on how I think this fight's going to go out. Luis Nery, okay, Nery is traditionally a type of guy to go forward and just bomb, throw them bombs on you, man. I feel that Nery is more experienced and seasoned, okay? He's gone to Japan and fought that dude. I forgot his name is, man. If I'm not mistaken, he retired that guy, got the title from him. This Japanese guy, I'm bad with names, man. Sorry. But he went to Japan. He's more seasoned and been through, more experience in boxing in his career than Figueroa. And Nery has shown improvement in his game, improvement in his craft ever since he fought I think it was his last fight against Alamada or something like that. And that was his first fight, if I remember correctly, being trained under Eddie Reynoso. And you can see improvement in the ring. He's more patient now. He chooses his punches more wisely with that same power that he has. Beautiful shots to the body in a more wise fashion, channeled fashion. He doesn't waste his punches. More patient, takes his time in the ring, which is why in that fight, Nery versus Alamada, or his last fight, forgot the dude's name, but his last fight, he was criticized in that fight, saying, hey, you're not the traditional Nery. You're not going forward. You're not just, throwing punches, going crazy. It's not like he does that too much, generally speaking, about Nery, but he was more patient though. Okay? He's going to be more patient when he fights Figueroa. I feel that Nery is going to be a lot more patient when he fights Figueroa, like Oscar Valdez when he fought Burchell. And he KO'd him beautifully. Beautiful. Why? Credit to Eddie Reynoso, man. Credit to Eddie Reynoso. I'm not so sure if in this fight for Figueroa, if Eddie Reynoso is still training him. But I feel that Nery is going to be more patient against Figueroa. Okay? Figueroa, man, obviously the styles are really different. But we know the story with Figueroa. Defense is not well at all. It's not that good, man. Kind of reminds me of Burchell. Kind of reminds me of the lack of defense that Burchell has. Kind of reminds me of the lack of defense that Navarrete has. You know what I'm saying? Like those styles, like Leo Santa Cruz, you know what I'm saying? Brandon Figueroa does that, man. He just open. He leaves himself open. He throws punches. High punch volume. I give credit to that, to Figueroa. High punch volume, but he leaves himself open way too much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Figueroa better watch out for that Nery power, man. Nery is going to be more patient. Figueroa is going to try to lead Nery into a war and just going crazy in the middle of the ring, but Nery is going to be more patient. And it's going to serve for a war. Yes, this matchup, Nery versus Figueroa, it's going to serve for punch, blow by blow. But on Nery's side, he's going to be smarter. On Nery's side, he's going to use his footwork and prowl like a panther around the ring, like a tiger around the ring, like I expressed metaphorically Oscar Valdez ever since he's been training under Eddie Reynoso. We see that resemblance with Eddie Reynoso fighters. There are some exceptions, of course, but these fighters, man, Oscar Valdez, Nery, I've seen it in his last fight under Eddie Reynoso, more patient with his footwork, uses that slow footwork around the ring, calculated footwork, being patient. So that's what he's going to do against Figueroa, man. He's going to choose his shots very wisely. And man, I think that Nery's going to knock out Figueroa. Figueroa is a warrior, man. I love Figueroa. He gives action-packed fights. But ladies and gentlemen, he gets hit so much in his fights, man. Figueroa gets hit so much. But hats off to him. You know what I'm saying? That's just his style. But in my humble opinion, if you have a lack of defense in your style, you got to work on some things. You got to work on some things, man. I understand, man. Like, you know, there are some fighters that you know what Eddie Reynoso talked about recently in whatever interview it was, whatever. He talked about Mexican style is not, and it's true. I don't know about the Mexican style. I'm not saying that, you know, there's one Mexican style. No, but I'm just saying what Eddie Reynoso said. He said that, you know, Mexican style is not just going in and getting, you know, clobbered in the ring, in the middle of the ring, and just throwing your, you know, throwing blows and just being foolish in the middle of the ring. I'm paraphrasing what he said. Okay. He said it's being smart. It's being smart and using defense and offense the right way. I'm just paraphrasing what he said in that interview. Okay. So Eddie Reynoso, man, I definitely give credit to him because he knows how to train his fighters to fight smart. He knows how to train his fighters to fight smart. A lot of people aren't giving credit to Eddie Reynoso, man. I am. I have been. Oscar Valdez didn't beat Perchelt just because Oscar Valdez, you know what I'm saying? It's because of Eddie Reynoso too. Eddie Reynoso, man, he's been training Oscar Valdez very, very wisely. And Nery, he has been trained very wisely by Eddie Reynoso. I reiterate, go back to Nery's fight with Alamada, whatever his name is, all due respect. You know, Eddie Reynoso trained Nery for that fight, and it was a smarter Nery, more patient Nery. That's what he's going to bring against Figueroa. That's what he's going to bring, man. It's gonna be kind of similar to how Oscar Valdez fought against Perchelt. That's how I see Nery fighting. They're not the same, obviously, no, but I see Nery more patient. That power is going to take Figueroa. It's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him, man. You know, because Figueroa is way too, I mean, his punch is way too open, man. Way too open. On the inside for uppercuts, man. Kind of like a Leo Santa Cruz, man. Not the same style, no. But when I'm talking about lack of defense. I feel, man, this is going to be a beautiful fight. I love it. I can't wait till Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. You see how we got to emphasize these lower divisions, man? This is a great fight, man. It's going to be a great fight Saturday night. I see Nery knocking out Figueroa, man. Figueroa is a freaking warrior. He's going to come and fight, man. He's going to try to make Nery fight Brandon's fight. Brandon Figueroa is going to try to make Nery fight Figueroa's fight. All out war. Rock'em sock'em, whatever they call it, right? But Nery, he shouldn't fall into that. I don't think he will. Eddie Reynoso's been training him the right way, man. He's going to be patient. He's going to choose his shots to the body. It's going to hurt Figueroa. He's going to choose the shots upstairs. I think that there's going to be a knockout around round 9 or 10. I got Nery knocking him out, man. Nery knocking out Figueroa. Curtis, the historian in the building. What's going on? My guy, man. Always showing the support, man, on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Jumping in, tuning in. So that's my final thoughts, family. I'm going toward the end of this live, man. I'm about to leave right now, man. Been going for about a minute, hour and 20 minutes. That's my final thoughts on this fight. Nery versus Figueroa. Okay, hopefully he doesn't miss weight. I don't really know which fights Nery has had a problem on the scale. He better not have a freaking problem on this scale, man, tonight. For this, there's no excuses on missing weight, man. So if this guy misses weight, I'm gonna criticize him up the yin yang. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse for that. For fighters missing weight, come on now. You know, I've heard. I don't really recall which fights where Nery has struggled with his weight, but he shouldn't struggle in this one. He looks quite focused. He looks very, very focused and determined for this Figueroa fight. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everything goes out well. You know what I'm saying? So that we see this great fight Saturday night. So I got Nery winning by KO around round 9. If it goes all 12 rounds, it's going to be tough. If it goes all 12 rounds, this is going to be a tough call, man. I see Nery winning by knockout, man. I see him winning by knockout round 9 or 10. If it goes 12, because like I said, because of Figueroa's punch volume, that's the danger that Nery has. If it goes 12 rounds, man, Figueroa might win because of the punch volume. He's man. So many angles Figueroa has. You know what I'm saying? Where you throw it, kind of like Navarrete, man. Not the same style, but he knows how to land those punches, man. And you know, bent over, hunched over against the ropes, uppercuts, you know, wide hooks on the inside. I mean, short hooks on the inside. I mean, he just all over the place. Body shots. That's what Figueroa. That's why Figueroa has gone to where he is in his career right now with his record, man. But I think Nery is too smart, man. I think he's gonna be he's gonna outsmart him, land his punches, you know, methodically in a patient manner, and break down Figueroa with that Nery power. Nery hits hard, ladies and gentlemen. He hits hard. I love it. Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in. Nery versus Figueroa. I love it. I got to get going, man. I appreciate you guys. All y'all who jumped in the building. Y'all jumped in the building, man. Thank you so much, so much. Remember to hit the notification bell because I'm always pushing. You already know I'm pushing. And did you know I'm pushing content while I'm saturated in my schedule? Just imagine how much more content I'm going to push, man, when I go on vacation, because I'm almost done with my semester for this semester in my degree, man. So I'm almost done. I got another month. After that, man, I'm going to have more time. Ooh, heck yeah. I love it. So notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. So you know when I push my premieres, my live videos, when I go flash live, definitely, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. Renee Boxing on platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in level-headed fashion. Everybody who jumped in the building, I appreciate you all, man. You guys are awesome. So I got to get going, man. I'm going to eat some lunch right now, man. Definitely, maybe going to have some roast chicken. That's what I'm talking about. Life is good, man. Enjoy your life. Be safe. Be healthy. Work out, man. Get that water intake. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Take care of you and your loved ones. I appreciate each and every one of you. Renee Boxing. Peace out. Love y'all.